Hey everyone, Emerald Rose here, and this is my reaction to RWBY Volume 6, Episode 7, Dead End. Without further ado, here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I saw a bit of the promotional for this episode with a Tweedledee and Tweedledunce looking freaks from Atlas on the bass, them doing like a sing-songy, aren't we all so fickly interesting? Or not fickly, interestingly odd, I guess. Interestingly odd. Then I also saw the cover for this episode just as the banner for it with John and Oscar, so we're probably going to get the famous, harder daddy kind of thing that they do in the intro. Other than that, they'll probably talk a lot about family stuff. Maybe something will happen with Weiss, because that was also in the promotional material. But this episode's title actually fits well. I don't know where they're moving forward from this. It's a dead end narratively. So something new has to happen narratively to change the current structure of the episode, or of the volume. Alright. RWBY just got up on her feet, so we're going to start. Yeah, this is the promotional material.
Come on!
A good day!
But...
A good day!
Hey, if you don't want to believe that I'm friends with Ironwood...
General!
Yeah, it's like going to a U.S. military base and saying, "Hey, I'm friends with General Mattis. Would I please be able to enter your secret military base?" And this is them just saying, "Hey, this is Ivanka Trump. Can we please let her through?"
Very well. You may speak with our commanding officer. We will fetch her at once.
Yeah, this isn't as endearing as the writers probably think, especially with the wop 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 wop.
Kind of
super weird. Yeah.
What's wrong?
Okay,
Good,
small
if
broken
she's your friend, then
flat
maybe she'd be
Earth
more willing
world.
to help us.
I wouldn't... Warmer? Enemies? That's the one!
Wait, what?
Oh, yes, I come through here. Flight, and suddenly you're placed on the additional screening list for life!
You've got...
Okay, that's actually really dumb. She's a world famous huntsman.
Maybe
with
she's dead.
With a... That's funny though. Maybe she's dead.
Cordovan!
Caroline? Really? Okay, so a lot of small elderly women. Like, the trope has gone too far.
Witch. She-devil. You know, they say time changes people, but I see you've still got that stick right out.
Wondering if you would hear us out about...
I've already heard what your other little friends had to say, Miss Rose.
See you again as well.
You civilians are clearly incapable of comprehending the... Moldo words.
Okay.
This base, that relay tower, the very same...
What's with all the exaggerated movements?
It's my duty to uphold them, as only I have the wit and tenacity for such a task.
Okay. God, what is this comedy writing?
As far from the kingdom as possible.
You're just like the rest of these Argus ingrates. This world is ready to put a knife to our throats.
Please, we know your kingdom had nothing to do with.
No, General Ironwood is just worried. It's why we need to talk
The general is no coward. Atlas will prevail.
Atlas will prevail!
Okay, that's
Do you guys seriously have to do that?
okay. Blake lampshading the whole situation.
Return to her family, then of course the Atlas military will escort her home. But
What's that supposed to mean?
She's a
it
terrorist.
means we're done here.
Looks like a big dumb boot.
Way to show her, Nora.
Yeah, narrative dead end and a lot of just exaggerated nonsense.
Wouldn't leave your side for a second. We'll find a way to Atlas. Together.
Or cross the border illegally. But also, they couldn't even send a
Where are we
small
going now?
one
Yeah,
text
what's the plan?
missive
The
to
plan?
Ironwood. Oh god, they're gonna
Uncle Crow,
reintroduce
I really think we should
Crow's
try and come
AA
up with
meetings.
something.
Somewhere deep down in my heart,
Can't go
I
on.
still
He's gonna
love
be a jerk, then
you.
we'll just come up with
But-
something without him.
Uh,
I mean, we've got Ozpin with us.
oh god.
John!
He literally punched the wall.
Did was for
If Salem can't be killed, then how are we supposed to win this?
wow. Great plan, everyone.
This would. This is a bit too far since it's coming from the voice of the writer.
What? He's in your head, isn't he? How do we even know it's really him? What if we've been talking to that liar this whole time?
John!
Yeah, that's actually something I've been talking about in fan chats. Like, what if it's just Ozpin pretending to be Oscar? And John's too blonde to be this mopey.
Is he gonna be okay?
Had some time to ourselves.
Together with our individual teams. We'll be alone together. Don't split the party again. Okay, way too many butterflies
Come
for
on,
for
please.
Arctic climate, but sure. Why'd you throw your phone?
Oh, I came out here to avoid the yelling.
Sorry.
And how well does John's sister and her wife
I don't know.
make? This is a very good house.
I don't know anything.
There's no reason why they could be affording
I
these really good houses.
Even if he did, I don't know if I could trust him. And there's always Jin, but we only have one.
know, you don't give yourself enough credit.
Oh,
To you, it'll just defeat the purpose. But if you're tired of not knowing anything...
Okay, so she instigates
I would be honored.
Silver-Eye
Sit back
training.
down, for Pete's sake.
Nothing.
Silver-eyed people are supposed to be legendary warriors.
That's a door open. Why did she leave the door open?
Withered into stone.
Oh boy.
Look, if I...
Yeah, don't be impertinent.
It's not your fault. I had my father to teach me. And even he didn't have all the answers.
So there are male Silver Eyes. Like that was something people were discussing, since the only Silver
Is
Eyes
he a huntsman too?
noted in canon are
It
Ruby,
wasn't really an
her,
official title
and
back in his day.
Summer.
Ever attended one of those fancy academies of yours?
She's an
But I
illegal
scored higher on the
huntsman.
license exam than...
I say that, but then she gets her accreditation.
He would have scolded me for showing off. Warriors whose eyes shone like mirrors, reflecting the light of the world onto darkness. How could such powerful bloodlines be so rare? Unless something... I tried to keep my powers a secret, but as you know, it wasn't enough.
Not hard enough.
At the end of the day,
Wait.
those are still your most powerful tools.
Her
What is
semblance?
your semblance?
Okay. I say that then.
Hard to explain, but I can sense everything better than most and react to...
So it's a passive,
ability to
just
turn grim to
dex
stone,
bus or dex
or
boost.
blind them, or vaporize them.
So, how do I laser beam monsters with my eyeballs?
First,
She's not close enough to actually do the right
what did those moments have in
rap. She would
common?
have to step up from her chair to do it.
Was scared.
But more focused than that. Think. What is it you wanted? Precisely.
Yeah.
It is the
After they were
desire to
dead, though.
preserve life which fuels the light inside you. Of creation, or at the very least, an enemy of destruction.
Brandon Sanderson might have something to say about that.
Brother.
How do you know that?
I always knew how to use the light. Were you paying attention?
Yeah. Oh God. That's... Oh gods.
His eyes.
So the Silver Eyes are the chosen by the God of Light, not Oscar.
The
Her
light
husband.
will only work in the presence of Grimm, meaning the only practice you'll get will be a mind that you can tap into when you need it.
I like my friends.
Don't
I like
think
my
about
friends
your
very
life as a
much.
me-
I like my friends very, very much.
but that can't be right. You said the light only reacts to grid.
Interesting. Perhaps there was something that you just weren't seeing?
Oh yeah, because she doesn't know about Cinder's half-gram.
What's going on?
It's Oscar. He's missing.
He left for cigarettes again. And that's where they're ending the episode. Okay. Good amount of expo depth on Silver Eyes, though it's slightly contradicting to what happened in the Fall of Beacon. Because again, her reaction wasn't to try to save friends, because her friends are dead. Or her friend, plural, or that one girl she had 2 conversations with. Yeah, that's something that Fat Man, who I follow a bit, comments on. Like she wasn't really friends with Pyrrha. She knew her tangentially, and any conversation that wasn't within their groups had to have happened off screen. Reflexes is a dumb semblance. Again, they're really ruining the border between aura and semblances, because it was somewhat implied that aura augments strength, or in that way that all anime kind of does that with ki and chi, chakra, and all that, where it just gives you extra senses and can boost your fighting capabilities. But reflex is kind of dumb, especially since her original power was kind of her original gravity power with her sickles was kind of automated. Like the one she has them spin around her wrist, even though there doesn't seem to be anything like. Ruby is really bad with understanding physics and the idea of anchors. Like Pyrrha had that problem. Like her power was polarity, even though she was basically moving metal however she wanted. Like there was no anchors of like electromagnetic force, because they were like moving around, they were twisting. So she was either sending out polarity focus as like a mission, which kind of contradicts when she turns black, or when her outline turns deeper black. Back to Juniper. Again, everyone's reacting way too hard to, okay, there is no end game. We're playing defense. Like, again, that's a fine plan. Like, playing for time is great against the apocalypse. In theory, most religions do that. They're playing against time before the end time happens. Like, that's the inevitability. But John's being really, really mopey still. Like, they really need to get him out of that. Like, it's getting too annoying, especially since they keep on shifting the mopey, disbelieving person between him, Yang, and Nora. Last 2 things to talk about. Crow's AA stuff. Like, they're really putting up his drinking when he's always supposed to be drunk. Like that was something about his character. He was a high-functioning alcoholic. There's nothing, in theory, there shouldn't be anything wrong with him being like that if it's not a detriment to the group. But now they're really playing it up. Like, he's always with a bottle in hand. He's openly declaring that he's going to out drinking to avoid his relatives. And Oscar's had enough of being abused for just being, Ozpin's chaperone, especially since he's the one that initiated letting the question be asked. Like, if it wasn't for him, then Ruby wouldn't even know the trigger word for Jin. In fact, that actually even brings up a bit of a point. Did Oscar know when he was realizing that Ozpin is trying to manipulate them into stopping the line of questioning? And everything with the Atlas base was awful. I'm sorry, there's no two ways about it. All the character interactions between Maria and Caroline were just terrible. Like, it was so ham-fisted. It was really getting old, like really fast. All the exaggerated movements, the anime trope of all elderly people being small and hunched. Those two guards, my God. And they gave a choice with, allowing Weiss to say no to the escort. Like, isn't she, like, being demanded back by an oligarch of their state? Like, why would they negotiate with trying to recapture, or maybe recapture is the wrong word, with securing a member of basically the Atlas ruling class? Because again, it seems to be heavily implied that John bought his way onto the Atlas ruling council. So the fact that she has a choice is weird. And they also did a really kind of, hey, I'm racist. You know how I'm racist? I'm going to call out disrespect to the minority right in front of me with Blake. Even though there's a very valid reason not to let Blake onto, a foreign state's equipment. That being, she was a member of Furry Al-Qaeda, or Furry ISIS, whatever you prefer. But she was a member of a paramilitary group, maybe fighting for just causes, however you want to discuss it, but she was seen in the Black trailer taking and destroying Atlas secured property. So I'm sure there's a picture of her somewhere around Atlas saying, like an FBI's most wanted list, wanted for questionings in regard to the White Fang activity, second in command of the White Fang Vale branch, second into Adam Taurus, Blake Belladonna, also daughter of a foreign dignitary or foreign head of state. So that's another reason why she shouldn't be given, leave a complet with getting onto the ships, because she's a president's daughter. Like, they need higher security and probably dual representation before they're able to legally take custody of Blake, or take responsibility at least. And I have rambled way too much on that last topic, so I think I'm done with this episode. Well, I hope you all enjoyed, or if someone at least watched this. This is Emma Rose. Have a good time.